This song makes me feel like I'm tiptoeing through a room that's got a piano in it and some kind of warning that I should be very quiet. I'm not really sure why quite yet, but let me find it. Or maybe not at all. I'll just keep standing tall and keep telling y'all about this thing, about the way I feel about tiptoeing through this room. Like if I didn't, what the heck would that bring? I don't know. But gosh, right, a piano. Like an upright piano. Like an old box-looking piano. That thing that just kind of sits there, you know. And it's got strings in the back that you could play around with and tune to and fro to show what this piano's worth really is. And you could just keep it the way it is and never have it tuned at all ever in its entire life. And it would still sound right to the proper ear that anyone could possibly hold dear as far as their queer standings on the spectrum of an artistic expression, some sort of musician's art form, impression upon themselves and everybody else. I think that's really keen. I think that's really cool. Some things back in the day just were the rule because the way they sounded were so damn cool and nobody could hold back that drool that seemed to slip out and they were like, oh Jesus Christ, man, was that obvious? Yeah, man, like snow on the ground in Phoenix, Arizona, for Christ's sake, you're drooling on yourself over how cool you just felt over this beat. Like, okay, man, I can clearly see that this means something to you. Like, okay, tell me. And you just sat there with them, and they were aware of just how awkward that space and silence was because they didn't say anything to fill in that slot to answer you as if that was the best answer that they could possibly give. And you were like, okay, so, that's okay, we'll just wire whisk this meringue pie that seems to be with it on its own, enough for you to condone a few swipes with your fork or knife inside of this bowl to make it some sort of mold that could be meringue at the top of this pie, but why the fuck would you use so little effort to make it this high, or not high at all? I mean, meringue, right? That's pretty high stuff. It's pretty tough, right? Like, you can kind of break it off the top of these, swirly pieces of meringue, right? Like everybody kind of knows if they've had it once or twice in their life, like Jesus Christ. So why use the fork method when you could just grab that whisk and go at it, man? Like a fucking profession. Like you're just good at this shit. You gotta make sure that pie tastes like something. Something that you'd like your day to be a part of. Something that seems to be the start of the morning. Like a breakfast. Like a red sun that tells you, man, you're already done. The day's gonna be difficult because of the storm coming. You can clearly see that this is an early storm warning for a sailor who's out there to just... You know, I'm not really sure exactly where to go with that one. What I'm saying is that you've already won, man. Just grab the whisk. It's astounding an invention. That clearly makes this whole intention of a meringue pie a simple instruction manual for you to follow every single law, one step after another, to make it perfect. Like your mother used to make. I mean, for Christ's sake, just follow the rules, grab the whisk, and just give it a couple minutes, dude. And you got your meringue pie finished. You could just put it back into the oven with some degree. Make it stand on top of the pie so high, at least 5 inches or more, but why not 7 or more than that? Like, why not just make it reach the sky as high as you possibly can, as if you're trying to make this a popular meringue, man. Like you're trying to reach the very top of the charts, the very charts of your hospital bed that's clearly said that you were on the way to your end, and then send a message to it completely with your corpuscles and your white blood cells telling it that you fell from the graces of being the faces of a 6 foot beneath answer, and you just don't want to answer around that subject, that topic, that impugnment, that ditch inside of the earth that doesn't seem to be worth your time. And you have found inside of you this thing that exists, this answer that seems to just tip the charts a bit more in your favor, in your heart, that apex, that solution, that roller coaster infusion, that propulsion that seems to move you all the way through the whole ride. Roller coaster, man. You gotta decide nothing ever in your life. Just hold on tight and have a good time. Once you stop, you get out and kiss the ground at least once or twice. Just to remind yourself that you love this place and you don't want to ride and fly in the sky for so long and never stop or ask why. I mean, that just sounds insane and not reality as it stands. You got feet and feet in the land to walk upon, man. So why the fuck wouldn't you at least greet it every once in a while? Even if you could, you know, greet the clouds and smile while you fly around. Like some sort of sonic boom, and break the sound barrier while you do it too. Like, why not, dude? Go the highest peak of the mountain. Seeks every single distance that your brain can possibly see and make sense of. I mean, geez, whatever it is you want to do that makes you feel a part of this love that exists everywhere, like some giant basket being weaved underwater, right? What's some kind of joke that seemed to start when? I'm not really sure, but do people really do that, man? They weave baskets underwater, and this is considered some sort of profession, I guess, so, but why? What does it matter? Does the basket made it something special? Does it look better? Is it somehow stronger? I mean, underwater, is that really necessary? Like some sort of fairy tale or pixies that come out of a log every time you sneeze and you don't want to lose half of your life, so you say excuse me or excuse you. Or bless you. Bless me, bless us, or some kind of priest that just works on the dust of the ground. And what you found is these pixies come out of a log? I mean, geez.